Welcome to the second episode of Reoccurring Thoughts. I'm your host, Keidran Koger, and today I'm going to be previewing the SEC. Like I said in the last episode, I want to start getting more into football, so I'm going to preview the SEC. And the first team I'm going to preview is Arkansas, the Razorbacks. So we're going to preview them going into the 2019 season. We'll have a series of episodes where we preview each SEC team. So I'm gonna start with the West, and the first team I'm starting with, like I said, is Arkansas. So first things up, let's look at Arkansas' schedule, and I'm gonna tell you my prediction for each game. They play at home against Portland State. They play on the road against Ole Miss. They play Colorado State at home. They play San Jose State at home. Week 4, they play Texas A&M in Arlington, Texas. And they have a bye week. Week 6, Week 7, they play at Kentucky. Week 8, they play at home to Auburn. Week 9, they're on the road at Alabama, and Tuscaloosa. In Week 10, they play Mississippi State at home. And Week 11, they play Western Kentucky at home. They have a bye week again in Week 12. Week 13, they play at LSU. And Week 14, they play at home to Missouri. And looking at that schedule, I see Portland State as a win. I see Ole Miss as a win week 2. Their non-conference schedule is pretty easy, so I don't see them losing a non-conference game with Portland State, Colorado State, San Jose State, Western Kentucky. I mean, those are cupcakes. I mean, let's be honest, those are cupcakes. But they play those 5, so they should go 5-0. But like I said, I'm gonna give you my prediction for each game. Portland State will be a W. Uh, Ole Miss will be a loss, or sorry, it'll be a win for them. I see them beating Ole Miss on the road in Oxford. I just think that they have the talent now with the running back Rakeem Boyd, last chance U star, with their two-headed monster with him and Whaley. I see them doing something on the ground and having a great ground attack this year, and something that Ole Miss lost. They lost Weston McGriff, Crime Dog. They lost him, so their defensive coordinator. So I'm seeing Arkansas run all over Ole Miss this year. Colorado State. They lost to Colorado State a year ago, 34-27. And I see this as a bounce back year. So I see them beating Colorado State. Then they go on again at home, play San Jose State. See that as another win, so they could potentially start the season 4-0 going into Texas A&M, in my opinion. Texas A&M, of course, in Arlington, Texas, I think that would be a loss for them. Texas A&M is supposed to have a better year this year. They have high expectations for Texas A&M this year after bringing in a nice recruiting class. Like I said, I'll preview them, but Texas A&M, I see them losing that game. They have a bye week after that, give them some rest before they go on the road at Kentucky. Kentucky is not. I don't believe they'll be as good as they were last year. However, I do think that Kentucky is not a joke anymore. The SEC, I still think they're going to be able to compete, but I see them beating Kentucky. So their only loss right now that I see is Texas A&M, and going into Auburn, they'll be 5-1, which is something crazy to think about. Even though they went 2-10 last year, and started 1-6 last year, so that's a big turnaround. So I see them beating Kentucky at Kentucky. Auburn, I see them losing to Auburn. That'd be their second loss of the season. I just think Auburn's going to turn it around. Yes, I am an Auburn fan, but I won't be biased because I do think Auburn has some growing pains to go through. I do think they'll beat Arkansas, though. So Arkansas starts the season. They're starting the season 5-2, which is not bad. Like I said, they could end up ranked at some point in the season, but after they lose to Auburn, they probably won't be. They'll lose on the road in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. We know what Alabama's about. We know how they play. We know that they're the cream of the crop. So they'll lose to Bama. That's 5-3. Mississippi State. That'll be another loss. Mississippi State is on the rise with Joe Moorhead back to prominence like they were with Dan Mullen for the few seasons that they were. So they'll be 5-4 going into Western Kentucky. Of course, their non-conference schedule is pretty straightforward. They'll beat Western Kentucky. That'll be their final win of the season, in my opinion. So they'll be 6-4 at that point. They'll have a bye after that. Then they'll play LSU. I see them losing LSU. LSU has high expectations this year too, and Missouri. with Kelly Bryant as their grad transfer QB. I see them losing to them. So their season record for me will be 6-6, which is a great turnaround from 2-10 a year ago. No wins in the SEC, and they'll end up beating Kentucky and Ole Miss to have 2 SEC wins. So yeah, that's a big turnaround for a team that started, like I said, 2-10 or won 2 games in total last year. Uh, Most people remember them dropping a game at home with the fake punt against North Texas. That and they, or not necessarily the fake punt, the punt that the guy scored on, where he just stood there, pretended like he called a fair catch and ran it back for a touchdown, and they end up getting destroyed in that game, 44-17. So I don't see that Arkansas team coming back this year. I see the Arkansas team of new going 6-6. So like I said, they have uh, really what they need to look for this year is a starting quarterback. They brought in 4-star KJ Jefferson. Will he start? Who knows? He's a 6'3", 211-pound quarterback. But, I mean, he's a dual threat. So, we'll see. Tyler Story, he transferred out. Uh, so, so Cole Kelly also transferred out as well. And those two, they basically battled for the starting position. But they're out now. So, or last year they battled for the starting position. And Cole Kelly was a big QB that they were excited about, but he's out. And Ty Story is out as well. So, Ben Hicks is coming in as a grad transfer, and he'll, like I said, compete with KJ Jefferson. But they're excited about KJ Jefferson. Like I said, he's a 4-star dual threat, and Hicks played for Chad Morris, the head coach at Arkansas now. This will be Morris's second season, so Hicks played for Morris at SMU, so he's looking forward to getting back with his uh, coach. The offensive line, they gave up 32 sacks last year, so they'll need to replace. Also, they'll need to replace a 4th-round draft pick and Froholt. So yeah, 32 sacks is a lot. I mean, so they'll look to replace their offensive line. They brought in 2 JUCO transfers in the recruiting class, which is a recruiting class that they're excited about, and I would be too, because it's a, you can see the shift in Arkansas's program. So they'll bring the a 6'5", 300-pound Myron Cunningham in at tackle, and he should start right away. And then they'll bring in another 6'5", 290 tackle, Dylan Rathke, and he should come in and play right away. Right, so their offensive line should be shored up. The secondary, although they lost. They struggled last year in the secondary, but they're bringing in 2 recruits in Devin Bush. No, not the linebacker from Michigan, but the freshman recruit, uh, and Gregory Brooks, who will probably play early for them. They were the 88th best passing in passing yards allowed per game last season, so they're looking at a better secondary hopefully this season for Arkansas. Chad Morris, last year was his first year, like I said, and he's looking for a bounce back year this year. And they've got the talent to be able to do some things with Rakeem Boyd and Whaley in the backfield, and their offensive line getting the Myron Cunningham and Dylan Rathke. I see them doing something on the ground, but like I said, they need a quarterback. And can KJ Jefferson lead this team? I don't know. Can Ben Hicks lead this team? I don't know. He transferred in, but overall, I do see them leading the team to 6 wins. So Chad Morris, this is his year. This is his better year to be able to get bowl eligible, and they have a good chance of getting bowl eligible this year. A lot of people have been predicting them to go 5-7, but I see them going 6-6. As I told you before, with their wins coming against Portland State, Ole Miss, Colorado State, San Jose State, and Kentucky and Western Kentucky. Those will be their 6 wins for me. Like I said, this was a preview of Arkansas, and we'll do another team next time. And the team we're going to preview is Missouri, their rival. So we'll preview Missouri next episode, and I'm going to leave you with the quote of the day. This has been fun, and I'm going to leave you with the quote of the day. Here it is. You must be the change you wish to see in the world, by Gandhi. That quote, you really resonates with a person, or at least me, it resonates with. You must be the change you wish to see in the world. That quote to me means that be what you want the world to be. Be a great person because we want the world to be great, right? Not for selfish reasons. Be great because you want to change. You want to see change and you want to affect the world. Be better than what's been going on in this world. We see a lot of hate in the world, and why not be the person to change it? Why not let your attitude reflect what you want the world to be? It's been a great episode, everyone. Thank you for listening. I'm your host, Keidron Koger. Let's create change, people. Let's be the change we want to see. This is episode 2 of Reoccurring Thoughts, previewing the SEC with Arkansas. Next episode will be episode 3, of course. And thank you for listening in. Peace out.